Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever time of day it is. I'm glad you're here. So we are doing another Dephemerember prompt, and today we're gonna do for December 11th. Make sure this is in focus here. Least favorite ephemera and bookbinders art. So I also have a fun surprise today. My bestie is here and she's gonna hang out while I am recording this video. Say hi, Jessica.
Hello, hello.
So she's sitting over here. She is working on her page, so you will probably hear some fun and hilarious chatter from us perhaps as we are working on our stuff. She is doing a different prompt in her junk journal, and you guys have all seen her junk journal. It is posted in my Dephemerember playlist, and it is the fun one that I made out of a purse. So if you haven't seen that video, check it out. And yeah, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm gonna have a sip of coffee here first, my giant cup. And so this one was a little bit of a challenge to think about because least favorite ephemera, I don't really have something that's least favorite. However, as I was chatting with Jessica, we did decide and come up with something that I'm not as much of a fan of. So I'm going to do a couple of things. I'm using a least used piece of ephemera, which is a ruffle. I don't use paper ruffles very often, and I should because I really like making them and they are really pretty. So I have that I'm going to use. But the other thing was we were talking about die cuts, and I have a huge bin of die cuts that I've gotten from a secondhand shop, my brother's secondhand shop, when he had a whole bunch of these baggies filled with different die cuts. And so they have been sitting in a box, and I'm always like, what am I going to do with these? They're not colors that are great. And so that's what Jessica suggested that I do. So she picked out a couple that I'm not a fan of, and I'm going to use them today.
You're welcome. I'm here to help.
Yes. So we've been having a good giggle about a bunch of stuff and sharing our journals. So that's been fun. I am going to pick this page. This is one of my favorite pages in the book. And then we're going to use this one too. So I'm going to pull these out and then get this off to the side so we can get started, because I'm still not quite sure what I am doing in the book for this yet, but we'll think of something, as we always do. So I know I'm going to make a little dangle to go on this because I have, to go along with Bookbinders art, I have this little needle charm, a tiny little spool that I'm going to put some thread on. And then I also have these little books. So these are going to be the charm. I'm going to make a little charm dangle for up there. So we'll set those off to the side. This is going to go on here someplace. I'm not sure where yet. And then for Bookbinders art, so that's a little bit of one of those weird challenges. Like, how do you think about that? How do you put something like that in a book? So I thought about spines, because the spines of journals are really, or any books really, that's the art of it, is putting the paper together to me. Now everybody's going to have their own interpretation, and that's totally fine. So I grabbed a whole bunch of pieces of book spine. So I have these pieces of book spine and some grungy ones, some other bits and pieces. So I thought that would be like all different types, because I guess, you know, putting the papers into something. So I have this really cool piece, which I just realized is a part of this other bit that I have here. So this giant encyclopedia style book that I pulled some more of the paper bits off of, and here's the fly leaf.
It's a pretty print.
Yeah, I have loved the fly leaf from this journal. It's a vintage. I think this book is probably from the 70s. It has this holographic on this side. Yeah, let's see. I don't know what this says. This says this started in the mid 1960s when they started making like holographic prints. So that's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
And then, so I'm going to take some of this bit off. I might not use this, or maybe I'll just tear off a part of this beautiful fly leaf. Then we have the back of the spine here as well. So this book, I literally pulled out of a dumpster.
When I first met Nancy, I was worried when she would tear apart books. I would be like, do we have to tear these books apart? Little did I know I'd be tearing books apart myself someday.
Yes, I have infected her with junk journaling. I'm proud of it. So, yeah, I think we'll save this. We can use this for something else. It doesn't need to be in this book.
It's a good writing board.
Yeah, so we have some interesting bits here, and I'm not quite sure. Look, getting some powderies. Okay, so we know we're going to do a spine dangle. We have these fabulous die cuts to use. Let's see what we got in here, actually. So let's set these off to the side until we gather our thoughts a little. Let's just see what's in here. And some people are probably going to be like, oh, those are nice. And I mean, they're not bad, but it's not necessarily my style. And so that's kind of one of those things. And, you know, when you have stuff that you're like, it's not quite what you're used to using or something, that's kind of a fun challenge too. Mm-hmm. So these are, I told you, they look like bubbles. I was right.
I think they are bubbles, yeah.
So I don't know. And then we have some little frames. So I know we have a prompt coming up that is a frame later on, isn't it? Yeah, photo frame. So maybe we'll save these for the photo frame. I don't know.
I just think that if you're going to do bubbles, it's kind of a strange choice to use dotted paper.
Yeah. Okay, what's in the purple? I see some different stuff in with the purple.
What is the material it's cut out
It's
of?
really normal paper. It's lightweight, like scrapbooking paper.
Okay.
So that's the other thing, like die cuts, when I do them, I put them on a heavier paper. What weight paper do you use when you do it, Jessica?
Just cardstock.
Okay, yeah, so it's a little heavier.
Yeah.
This is definitely not cardstock.
I don't
know
the weight number.
Yeah, I don't know either what norm, but it's like regular like scrapbooking paper, not a heavier cardstock. So, okay, so we have butterflies. These butterflies aren't terrible. This one is actually, oh, it does have its antennas. It just hasn't been popped out all the way. Okay. I think, because I did a die cut swap not too long ago, and I think I might have sent some butterflies or something like that in the envelope. Okay, so we have hearts. So we have hearts and bubbles and butterflies and rectangles. Cool. Cool. So cool. Now I'm thinking, because here's the other thing. I love this paper so much. I don't really want to cover it up that much. So I'm thinking to do one of those. Oh, can I do that? See, now I have to think about the other side of it too, because I was originally thinking a corner slide, but it will cover up.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So I might just have to make it a corner this way instead. So I might just make a corner tuck here and go from there. So let's see here. This side is light, but we are going to fix that some. Maybe we'll just start laying down some of this fun texture on here and see. Oh, this could be a belly band though too. This could be like a big side pocket. Okay, that's fun. What else do we have?
It might be interesting to do a flip out with the bindings because, I mean, they're already, made for flipping.
That's true. That is true. I have these other scraps from the spine and the cover.
Mm-hmm.
What if we...
Oh yeah, that's a good use of that.
Oh, that doesn't interrupt that. Okay, so that's... Sometimes you just gotta play around with stuff until something starts to spark your creativity. So that might be fun. We could do an up tucked here too if we wanted to fasten all the sides. Or we could make it a flip like this as well. Oh, you know what? Yes, that's what we're gonna do. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna make a flip on this side. What are we gonna do on this side? Do we have to do something on this side?
You were concerned about doing double pages all the time, right?
That is true, because I don't know if I'm gonna have enough space. Although, as I showed you when you were looking through the journal, I've added, this is an extra page already.
Yeah, that's true.
So, and since we do have this clip here, we could always just have a journal card or something clipped underneath that and utilize it both ways. So maybe we'll just add a little background texture. That way we could do something else here and focus on this page a little bit more. But I want to make sure that they're kind of cohesive. So maybe we'll just add some of our vintage stuff on here as well. Or ink it up some. Oh, that's kind of pretty down there. Because I think this is going to be a bulky, very texture-filled page. That's too much there. But I really like these suns. I'm glad I'm getting to use some more of this in this book. Okay, I think we're just going to have to start. I don't want to cover too much of that, so let's kind of do a funny tear there. Okay, yep. And then from this hole, how do you decide what you're doing on your journal pages, Jessica?
I do what you do. I play around with things that I've pulled that I think will go together. Sometimes, well, like I was telling you, I made an hour's worth of die cuts for the first prompt because I wasn't sure what to do, but I had a lock and key die cut. So I just made a bunch in different colors in our theme, our black, white, and yellow. And then it came to me while I was working on something else. So, I mean, I think there are lots of techniques you can use to design your page. I've seen some creators that like draw out their page ahead of time, like they really plan what they're doing.
Yeah, I think it's always interesting to see like how others' minds work. You know, their creative process is sometimes so very different.
I have a sign in my studio space that says to tell a story. So I always want the pages that I work on to tell some kind of story. I focus probably more on that than I do the aspects of journaling. Like, I don't worry so much about if there's writable space or anything like that. I think more about maybe the altered book.
Yeah. More of an outlet for your ideas.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I like that there. I think I'm just going to kind of build and go with what's happening here.
Yeah.
And this might tie in our blue a little bit too,
That's
unless
what
I
was thinking.
color this some. We'll see.
Yeah, that's what I'm excited to see, how you manipulate this blue and this purple to fit the theme. The purple would be a good accent for the yellow, though.
It could, but we might be painting it. We might be painting that whole thing. Let's see. I like this piece. This is from a cookbook. It's a little dark. Oh, I kind of like that. Okay. The weird old shrapnel that's from this book. What is this? This says Cole's Volume Library. I kind of want to put that in, and it's another blue. It's a darker blue. So let's, oh yeah, that'll just here. So you can see, very old, rotten book. Okay. I don't want to get too like, see, maybe on this side. I'm thinking of making this a flip, kind of like a fabric flip, but having it be book parts instead.
I like that.
So I might use the sewing machine to attach them together instead of glue.
Yeah, I was going to ask if you were.
Yeah, so I'm going to kind of layer up some stuff here and see. Maybe, oh wait, you know what? Let's see. Do I have another fabric scrap that might be cool in here too?
So do you think about building a background and then a focal point?
I think it depends on what I'm working on too and how I'm inspired by things. I think this little letter needs to go on here too. Bye. See you guys tomorrow. Yeah, we might need a few of these to add on to our little dangle. We're going to make a fun dangle for sure. Put those in there for now. Okay, so let me see. I have a piece of this snippet roll. This is the snippet roll that I used for mine.
Okay.
It was one that I had already used. I didn't make one on screen. I focused on the woven aspect.
Right. Yeah, I liked that video.
I'm just seeing if I have like books. I know I have piano keys and stuff like that on here, but I didn't know. I don't think so, but I think we are going to use a little piece of this. So
fabric or paper?
it is on fabric.
Okay.
So I rip down pieces of fabric and then I grab my little scraps and whatnot and I try and go with a color theme first. So this one was black and white.
Sure.
And then I found these, they weren't stickers. They were something, there was like a sheet of little fussy cuts that I've had for a million years.
Right.
That I was like, oh, these are good. So that's why I did this one in black, white, and gold. So it actually ended up matching for that really well, our book. So let's see, I'm thinking like that. Yep, okay. And then, so I need another long thing. So I'm trying to look at the balance here. So we kind of have here and across and up. So then because you want your eye to kind of follow things, and I think that's going to work really well. So what else do we have?
That's really good advice, I think.
Oh, this is cool. Let's add this block, because I like to also have throwbacks to some of the other pages when I'm working in something to kind of try and make the book cohesive. So even when we have all of these weird things, we can kind of get them to blend together.
Sure.
Like bringing the snippet roll back in, we have that in another place. We might use it again somewhere. The locks go with the key page and stuff. That was prompt 1. I'm gonna set it up there for now because that's not where I want to put it. But let's see, how about another piece of this over in here? And these are going to be rumply and wonky, and I'm okay with that. This is gonna, oh, that was the wrong thing. I want this one next. Here, I think.
I'm gonna touch the strap you have over
Yeah.
here. Yeah. It's really falling apart, but it's still very sturdy.
Yeah. So that's, I kind of like that. Let's see if we can get this a little flatter, maybe. Because I want to leave, I like all the textures. That's part of the intriguing part of me about books. I mean, I've broken down a lot of books. And I have gotten some really, I have had people like flat out be angry when they see me working on stuff before.
Because they don't want you to tear up a book.
That they cannot believe, they're shocked and appalled. How dare you?
But no one is going to be reading or using this book.
Correct.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
If we don't use them.
Correct. And then let's do this in the background here too.
That's what I always remind
Let's
myself and sometimes my husband. I'll be like, yes, because aviation, an aviation textbook from 1960 is definitely going to be a
hot seller.
pot boiler for somebody. I mean, I went to this one used bookshop this one time and they had a whole thing of accounting books. There was probably 20 of them. And I just wanted one and they sold me just one. And she's like, you don't want the whole set? And I'm like, to learn accounting from 1940? No, I don't want the whole set.
No, thank you.
I'm good.
Okay, so I think I need to take this to the sewing machine here in a minute, but do I have anything else I want to add to this? Where is that? Okay, I put that one there. I'm going to pull off. Do you know what this piece is called on a book? I can't remember.
No, and I just watched a good video on bookbinding too. No, I don't know.
I can't. Is it like a thumb? I feel like I don't remember what it's called. But anyway,
tape. Some kind of tape was in the word.
So here's the funny thing about, because if you look at some of your books, this is the part that like sticks out off the spine. So this was like this. So when your book is on a shelf, that was meant to help when you grab the book to help the book be sturdy.
That makes sense.
And it's like a reinforced little area.
I'm gonna look it up. We have the internet.
We do indeed have the internet. I think, oh yeah, that looks nice there. All right, do I have any other pieces that want to join the party? Oh, how about this one that says Roman color? I feel like that's fitting for having in a book.
I agree.
Where Louisa Hensel, because she loves Rome so much. I think that's cool. Let's do that. Maybe right over here. No.
End cap?
Oh, yep, end cap. That's right.
I didn't know that Louisa Hensel was a huge Rome fan.
Oh my goodness, yes. Yeah, she's got several series.
Oh, I'll have to
She
watch.
goes to Rome
Oh my gosh.
on a trip, and then she documents a bunch of it, and she has some journals that she's made that she has a whole series on.
That's really cool. I'll have to watch
Yeah,
them.
they're really interesting, and she talks about trying to find supplies when she's in Rome, like stumbling across some places and meeting up with and trying to find a very specific store that you have to have an appointment for to get some paper. Yeah, like really nice paper. Like,
so when are we going?
I know, right? It's after we have our villa in France.
Yes, we have to do that first. You know, they sell villas really cheap in France.
I know.
But
It's
you have
all
to,
the
like,
stuff
work.
that goes with it.
I was gonna say, you have to like work.
So Jessica and I, we have wonderful hopes and dreams. We the bed and breakfast with secret passageways.
We went
that
into a bed and breakfast.
And hidden crafting areas.
We always imagine it different. I always imagine having a staff to do these things for us, and Nancy is like, we will be able to do all this upkeep and stuff we need.
Yep, also true. Also true. Okay, so now I'm wondering with this flip, if I want it to really be a flip, I might have to have some of the pieces sewn in layers so that we don't keep bending the paper.
Okay.
Since some of the paper is fragile. So I'm wondering if, because this is fabric, we attach some of it here, like some of the layers there. Although this would be fine, I think, to bend. Maybe. Okay, yeah. So I'm gonna pause, do some stuff on the sewing machine, and come back. All right, so we zip these on the sewing machine, and now they are in the spot we wish them to be. So I'm thinking I'm just gonna get them glued on here. I'm gonna glue this on. So then we got it on here. And then we will go. Do I want to use Fabric Fix or other? I think Fabric Fix, but maybe we'll do both so that it grabs faster.
Okay.
Do you use Fabric Fix?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I sure do.
I gotta say, I am still the utmost fan of glitter glue.
Yeah. Yeah, I accidentally spilled mine and was scraping it back into the bottle.
Oh, yeah.
It's some of the best out there. I like the glue sticks too. I use them a lot.
Mm-hmm.
The different kinds for different applications.
Okay, so this fabric is still pretty sturdy. Yes, it tore easy, but I think with the reinforcement from the glue, it's going to be good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I don't think that'll stick to our table. Okay, so this is going here. This is fun. We love it. Let's wipe this off quick.
I know some people use a bear. There's one that has a bear on it.
A bear?
Like art glitter glue. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know if I'm familiar with that one.
Yeah.
Okay, that might hinder. I might have put this over a bit too far. Might be okay. I think it'll be okay. We'll put it, when we put it in the book, we can check and see. Okay, so that is good. That is working here. Do we leave this as is or we ink it a little? I think we need to ink it a little. Since it's got such straight edges, I think I'm gonna ink this one some. Where's my blotty? I'll just use this. This is fine. This is fine. It's fine. Let's do... I want it a little bit more brown than I've had. So this is ground espresso. And
What is your favorite distress color?
oh, I don't know that I have a favorite. I have ones I use a lot.
So what's your go-to then?
My go-to is probably, honestly, it's not over here because I brought it up to the house to work on some stuff. I have a Distress ink palette,
Oh,
and they're not oxides,
okay.
and that is my go-to for a lot of things. Actually, let me grab it because I probably want to use it. It is
oh
this palette, and so it's got these 4 colors,
Mhm.
but I tend to use this one, which is ground espresso.
Ground espresso, yeah.
So I think that's also fitting for the joyful bean. I guess I use the ground espresso a lot. Other colors, I like peacock feathers.
That's a good one.
Wild honey.
Mm-hmm.
And aged mahogany. I
Oh.
really used aged mahogany a lot. I like that one.
Okay.
For sprays, the ones that I tend to like a lot is I use the aged mahogany a lot. I don't have as many of the sprays, but which one is it? I really like festive berries and ripe persimmon.
Okay.
Those two kind of orangey pinks. And then the wild honey spray I use quite a bit. And well, I actually use all of my sprays. Gathered twigs is nice too.
Yeah, I like gathered twigs. I think my go-tos are salvage patina.
Oh yeah, that's a nice one too.
Cracked pistachio, I use that one. Well, I'm working on a green project. That could be why outside of our December project, I'm working on a mostly green journal. So I guess I pick a lot of greens, but I really like peacock feathers a lot just as a color.
Yes, it is really pretty.
And I like kitsch flamingo too. That's a good one.
I don't have that one. That's one of the ones I do not have. That is one of the ones that I think I would like. I'm hoping that perhaps for Christmas I get a few of those things. We'll see. All right, so I want this to go on here, but I think we're going to make this so it can be a belly band or a tuck. So let's go. Do I want to sew it or glue it? What do you think? Should I sew it together or glue it together?
I sew a lot, but that doesn't mean it's the right thing to do.
Well, there's no right or wrong. It's junk journaling.
I mean, there is right or wrong things to do.
Well, I haven't found that. Okay, I'll just zip it on the side of the
Okay,
sheet.
we'll see what it looks like.
Okay, so I did that. And this, I'm glad I didn't glue this down all the way because we got flippy flobby wibbly wobblies. Okay, so that there and there. Let's move you, friends. So I think we're just gonna glue top and bottom there and there. So might need to clamp it a little bit here while we carry on. She gonna be a thick page. It's okay. I don't mind. When they're just for me and it's mine. Although, so I should tell you guys, my very first like real big junk journal when I was just starting, I made for Jessica. And man, I went all out. It's big, right?
It is.
It's a gator mouth, guys. It is massive, and I put so much stuff into it.
You should show it sometime.
Yeah. I should do a flip through of that. I need to look at it again because there's some stuff that I did in that I probably have forgotten that I liked doing.
That's what I was going to say. There are techniques in there that,
are different from what I use now for sure. Which that happens, like with any kind of art that you do or craft, like you will start to go from one thing to another.
Absolutely. You get a new favorite technique and you start to use it all the time, or
yeah. Okay, so that one is there. And then I want to ink this guy a little bit. I need one more dauber so I don't reuse my pads. All right. Oh, for Pete, come on. Yeah, this is really thick on the bottom. Because I had the fabric from the other side. I probably should have trimmed that down a little bit first. But, 'tis what it is. I do like this ruffle peeking out down here. Let's do that. I think we don't need fabric fix. Let's use this papery goodness. Okay, that's fun. You don't want to stick. Stop it. There we go. Okay, so now we have a, oh, can you hand me one of those bulldog clips over there?
Yeah.
Or two of them maybe? Perfect, thanks. Because this needs to be on here and it doesn't want to lay flat enough for the glue to adhere. Let's put two on here. Okay, that's there. This one probably is fine. Maybe we'll throw one on there too, just in case. Right in here. Maybe. Is there a bigger one? Yes, they're up here.
Did you get it?
Yep. Just to get that on there. Okay, so that friend is drying. This friend can go over here. This friend needs to be closed. So this one is drying. I'll set you off here. Now, let's figure out what we're going to do with these die cuts. What I do with my pin?
I didn't see
That's
it.
right here.
Ah.
Okay, there we go. So, the die cuts, the die cuts, the die cuts. Oh, goodness. Okay, so we've got a couple butterflies and they're very purple, but you know what the beauty is? On the other side they're white.
Okay. I don't know. I think we need a poll of your viewers to see if this is cheating or not.
I don't think it's cheating. It's junk journaling. There's no rules.
There absolutely are rules to everything. I think I should have set the rules ahead of time.
You didn't. That is you. That sounds like a you problem. Definitely a you problem. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna spray these. We're gonna make them yellow.
Okay. I think people should comment if you think this is cheating when you were supposed to use the beautiful purple plaid.
What? I like that. Okay. We're gonna be curly for a second. You didn't say which side I had to use.
You're right.
That's on you.
Next time.
Now you know.
The rules have to be defined like
I feel like you should know that by now, Jessica.
I know. Huh. Well, you've got some pretty like stenciling kind of thing going on there too with the butterflies.
Yep, we sure do. Let's see how this works. See if we got some of that. Oh, that's kind of fun. Kind of looks like a flower. Well, it did until I got it really mashy. That's fine. Let's see. Those might be going on this page too. That might happen. Too bad I messed that up so much, but it's okay. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, so those won't take. They'll dry pretty quick. Let's see. Let's move some of this stuff out of the way that we're done using. Maybe. It can't go too far. I'll put it in my tray over here. Because I might need to pull from it. Oh, hey, what are you doing sitting hanging out? We might need that. Okay, I'll put you here. Okay, so butterflies. Okay, that's really pretty. So I was joking with her. I was like, I could just put the butterflies underneath here. And she's like, you would hide them. And I'd be like, not hiding. They're just waiting. And then she's like, in their butterfly boudoir.
Well, yes. In their boudoir waiting for the right caterpillar to come along. Or Mr. Butterfly, I guess.
Oh, the purple peeks out though. We'll have to be...
I think it should have to peek out.
Fine. I'm stapling them though. They getting stapled. I love staples.
Your animal cruelty.
But we'll make it pretty.
Are you doing a pattern?
Mm-hmm. And I think I can get in there just enough. Oh, this one's tougher. Okay, that's fun. I dig it. Okay.
So what inspired you to start altering books and junk journaling?
So I actually started out with altered cards.
Okay.
Well, I was a scrapbooker.
Okay.
And then I started out with altered cards as a way to portray a character in a game that we both mutually played for years.
I know that game.
So
Making props was one of the fun.
it was. And so I would, in that game, when we were playing, I would make little journal cards. And then in the process of doing that, I came across altered books. And then that led to junk journaling. So kind of an all over the place kind of thing.
Right.
Okay, that's really cute. What do you think?
I like it. It turned out really nice. I love that color.
So let's see. We need something else here though.
Was that fossilized amber or?
That was wild honey. That
honey.
spray is wild honey, yeah. Let's make this into a journal card or something. We'll cut it down a little. I'm gonna use a fancy scissors. What fancy scissors do I want? I'll put just a ziggy zaggy.
I think you should try to use the vellum bubbles that she has there.
Yeah, that I think is going to be the next thing on the agenda here. I should have drawn lines, so I do straight. It's going to be weird because there's pieces cut out of this, so I think, yeah, it's going to have to go here. Okay, not perfectly straight, but good enough for who it's for, and it's for me. Oh, look at this fun scrap.
Oh, yeah. That's a
Now,
really good scrap. Do you remember, did you ever do any of the artist training cards when that was really popular?
I did make quite a bit of them, but I didn't actually do much trading with them. I did here and there, and actually still have some of the ones from way back when. I'm glad I took some pictures of some of the ones I made.
Yeah.
Because I made some really interesting ones out of vintage postcards.
Oh, that's so cool.
And I made a lot for when we were playing Toreador.
Right.
I made a lot of them, and I used to give them at like some of the big events. I would give them to people.
Okay, I never considered doing that. I made them before I came back to game, and I would trade with people online. There were groups in the early 2000s. There probably still are, but there were groups online that you could, you know, you would trade addresses and send trading cards to.
All right, so that is a little big to fit in there. But I think this will be our little, to make as our little journaling card on this side.
Okay.
So it has to come down a little bit. It's too big. Let's cut the bottom first. She's not straight at all. Okay. Let's see if I move this and check our size. It's still a bit big. Okay, that's fine. There we go. Okay, that actually looks really cool. What do you think?
Yeah, I like it a lot.
Okay, let's put these back on here to dry. That was on the bottom. Watch, I've glued that in there now. That would be something I would do. You missed it in the video where I was making the woven petal. Did you watch that whole one?
I watched it.
So because it was long and I was trying to edit it to make it shorter, a fast forward, you missed a lot of my commentary where I had glued that whole thing to my table.
And you cut that out.
Well, I didn't cut it out, actually. It's just fast forwarded, so you
Okay.
can't notice it.
Okay.
And then I have music, I think, playing. But yeah, I glued that whole thing to my table. That happened. That definitely happened. Okay, so we have, let's put them side by side a little bit. What else do we need? I think we're getting close to being
I think so.
done. Aside from, I still want to make that little topper. But I feel like we need something. Okay, the vellum bubbles. Let me see. What are we thinking? Maybe we can just kind of add a little fun texture element here and there, perhaps. Oh, I should have thought about it. They could have been the butterfly bodies.
Oh, they could still be. Although vellum doesn't glue real good.
It doesn't, but it does staple okay. I like staples. I can't help it.
I do too.
They're just too fun to use.
But I don't always like the way they look. Like sometimes I have to cover it up with something. But yeah, they're easy to use for sure.
And I still had this lock I kind of wanted to use on here, but maybe not.
Okay.
I kind of like this. I don't know. What do you think? Do you think this side needs anything else?
I am
I feel like this needs something.
more of a minimalist.
I know
so
you
I
are.
think it's done, but
Nancy likes to junk it up.
that's not what I mean.
You know it is. It's, you know, you might not mean that, but I know me. I've met me. Oh, that's kind of fun.
I like that.
Okay, let's just do that. How did I have that there now?
I think an interesting thing about mixed media or junk journaling is that how the viewer views it. Like, do they flip everything and look at everything? Do they just flip the pages and look at the immediate thing you see? It's kind of like how the person taking in the art, like, you know, how they interact with it will also depend on what the experience, you know, as to where a flat painting or a photograph is all right there.
Like when I had my show, when I had my book in that show, and they didn't know how to handle it.
Yeah, exactly. Like, do they pick it up? Do they?
And I had to explain and then tell the actual gallery, I'm like, it is meant to be looked at. And they're like, it'll get ruined. I'm like, that's part of the use. Like, it's okay if it gets dinged up or bent or things happen to the book, because that's kind of part of the whole thing.
Yeah.
I do feel like I wish I had one more butterfly, actually, to be perfectly honest. Because I think it could have used something right there. I feel like there needs to be something right here, and I don't know what it is.
A bubble.
Oh, hold on. Let me look. In my scraps, I think we have something that would work. Oh, I had this in here too. Dang it. I thought I had. Okay, we might. Okay, there's the fairies. Those fairies. Where is the other one? Oh, that maybe? Okay, hold on. No, we might be getting somewhere. Where is that vinyl? There was one fairy on a clear sheet.
Oh, yeah.
And I have not used it yet. There it is. Okay, let's look and see. I'm just double checking. If there's any. Oh, this actually matches really nice. Let's just see. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Do I have anything else in here that is a must? A maybe? A must or a maybe? Some of those fun scraps left yet. Just in case. I'm just gonna. Oh, look! I pulled out some sparkly. Contaminate my work area again. Oh, I should ask you. What is your spray that you used on this paper?
A Ranger for mica spray for Halloween. And it doesn't have a distress color because it has a Halloween color name.
Gotcha.
And I don't know what it is. But yeah, it was that. Because when I bought the spritz set, they were sold out of, the place I ordered it from was sold out of the yellow that came in set 1. Because like they bundled them in 3 sets. And then the set that I got was, they were out of the yellow, so I bought the Halloween yellow to fill it in.
Okay.
And yeah, I can look it up.
I was just really curious. I really, really love that so much. And I have tried to use that piece in so many things.
Halloween spray.
Okay. What do you think of this? Like this right here? Like that.
I really like that.
Yeah, I think that's like
that
perfect.
Really brings the colors
or
together.
You know what, we have this tuck here like this. It can go like that too. I know, right? I kind of like this
because you're covering up the words if you use
I like this. I think like that because I like the. Do we need to ink that? Yeah, let's ink it with a little ground espresso.
I think it might be flickering candle.
Okay, I wonder if I can still find that even though it's not.
Yeah, stores usually continue to sell. And it's definitely online.
Okay.
For sure, because I'm looking at an online store right now. But to get the name of it, but yeah. And then a lot of times they'll have it. They might, if some stores like Michael's might even have it on sale because it's not Halloween.
Yes.
I think those are all 49 dragonflies.
Oh, this printout?
I think, yeah, from
I think I might be getting a little crazy now.
Usually minimalist, but I do love that. I love the layered effect that it has.
Let's see, because we need to add. I think this page is fine. This page is good. We haven't used the bubbles, but I don't know that we're going to need to. So let's see. Oh, what if these were on here?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so I think we got to do that. Is that where we want that one to be?
I think the pink is beautiful with that blue of the...
With the gold too, the kind of just...
Yeah.
Stuff there. Okay, so let's do that. It was going to be a journaling card, but now it's not. Now it's just going to be pretty. It's just going to be pretty.
Just pretty.
And that's fine. It's allowed to just be pretty. You might need to put some weight on this page to get everything to dry properly. Okay, so that one's there. This one is fine. Is this? Yeah, this is fine, I think. And then, so I like that with the peak out there.
I do too.
We could have this. We could have this. I kind of like that. What do you think of that there?
Yeah.
Or more in the middle?
No, I like it up by the butterfly,
There.
personally.
Okay, let's just do it. Going. We're doing it.
You could put something below it if you wanted to fill the...
That could be writing space.
Okay.
Were I to write in this journal? Oh, here's a good question. Why do you make journals?
Oh, gosh. To tell a story. I usually have an idea in my mind of a story I want to tell that may not lend itself to words, that would be better with pictures and words. Yeah, I like that a lot. Yeah.
That is going to have to get stapled, I think, for sure, because...
Yeah, because that stuff is, yeah, is what it is. But yeah, like, I have a grimoire project I'm working on, and it is about a character from the game we play.
Yeah?
And she...
Whose character? Yours?
Mariana.
Okay.
And it is her grimoire of her magic where she's trying to live forever.
Oh.
Yeah, so it has... It is the story of the magic that she's tried to do to prolong or protect her life, I should say. She's already immortal, but you know, that's perfect. If there was anything to put there,
I think that's what we do. Because, okay, let's see if it is completely hidden by our flip. I love it when flips hide.
Me too.
And you can't really see it. So,
me too.
And then you end up having these beautiful and fun things. Does she need to be inked a little bit? She's got some white edges. I might very delicately try and ink her. Don't use that. Use this. This is this needs black, I think.
So what about you? Why do you journal?
I just really like creating journals. I am getting better about writing in them. That has always been my drawback. It's not a drawback. I guess it's the hard thing for me is like just writing stuff, because so when I was doing more mixed media art in Altered Books, or just in general, just mixed media journaling, for me, it was the creation of the page was the way that I was expressing how I was feeling, processing things, stuff like that. So I didn't feel the need for words, because what I was creating was my language. And I feel like that is still how I really, when I'm junk journaling just for me, it's that way. But of course, I have to make money.
Absolutely.
So I do like making journals for other people, and that also brings me joy,
right,
to be able to create things that people love. So yeah, that's how I do it, I guess.
Yeah, me too. I know what you mean. Sometimes I find it hard to get motivated if I'm not making something for someone. Like when I made my Christmas cards this year, that was super fun, because I knew other people were going to get to see them. You know, sometimes I have to admit it's hard to get motivated just to make stuff for me. Because, you know, we often put ourselves second or third or fourth or
just last in general. The afterthought of like, oh yeah, what about that? I get it. Let's see, and I think she had her foot right about there, so it looked like she was kind of coming out of the palm of the hand.
That's really cool.
Well, I got these really awesome scraps from my scrap partner. I don't know.
I cut that out on my Cricut.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was practicing using my Cricut. Because all these machines are great, but they all have a learning curve, at
Yes.
least for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to learn, like, which... Okay, I have to be honest. So I tried to buy the cheap mats and stuff for it.
Mm-hmm.
And I found, unfortunately...
No good.
Yeah.
Yep, sometimes it is definitely worth...
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
In my case, good. But I think, too, everybody's machines works different. We were talking about that, I think, with the, the die-cutting machines. Mm-hmm. Even though they're all the same. For whatever reason, it doesn't seem like they all work the same.
Right. Okay, so that and that. Okay, I think that's good. Quick spine dangle. You know what I didn't use? I didn't use these books, but I don't think we need to. Yeah. I think they don't fit anymore.
Yeah.
With our situation. Does the spool and the needle?
I mean...
I probably need a butterfly.
Yeah, I mean... Or a fairy.
Yeah. Okay, so let's pause, grab some stuff, and then finish that up real quick.
Okay.
All right, so we have our stuff out to make a little dangle for our clippy. Let's make sure. Oh, that's not going to fit. I had grabbed this claw clip. There's no way that's fitting on there. So we're going to have to do something different. I think this chain will be big enough, but then I have some bits here. So I break down pieces of chain ahead of time so I can just grab something. And that is what I have done here. And I think this I will be able to bend open and put right on the end of our clip. So let's go ahead and get these fun little things on here. And I have some jump rings. There's one that's already open. So put some jump rings on these guys quick. So let's see. And which chain? Oh, hang on. I gotta lay this out first and figure out where I want stuff to be. I'm going to go, will this chain fit through here? Yes. Okay, perfect. So that's going to go on there. That could go on there.
You know, another thing about junk journaling is all of the skills from other crafts that you might have, accumulated, or that you learn to do for junk journaling that you can apply to other crafts.
That's true. That is true. I'm going to open up this one and see if I can open up this. And put this on here. Yep. Okay, cool. Oh, that's tough. So all these black, I had so much of this black chain and all these different colors. I had a shirt once that was covered in the front with all kinds of these chains.
Interesting.
Yeah, P.S. try not to go through the airport wearing that shirt.
That's hilarious.
But yeah. It's back in the day. Way back in the day. Okay, so that's there. I want to put this bead. Do I want it on the end? This one needs something different. I need a post. Let me grab that. Got a couple, and I have some black ones too. So see which one is going to work best. Is it going to be big enough to not slide off? Yes, okay. So then I need to make a little loop-de-loop. This is always the tricky part for me, doing this bit. When I make the throwing stuff on the floor. That's crucial part of doing these, is throwing your stuff on the floor. Time and again. Okay, cool. Now I need to cut that, and I didn't get my really good cutter. Making my life more difficult.
Oh, that's interesting.
Okay.
Can I see those?
Sure.
Thank you. I'm gonna have to show these to Sean, because when we cut minis apart from the sprue.
Oh, yeah, that would be really helpful when you're working on them.
It's an interesting shape.
Yeah. Okay, so now that bead has its little loop. Now we can put a little piece of, we can put a ring. So where do we want to put that? That can go there maybe. And then that one's going on there. And we're going to do butterfly there and flower there. Yes.
Beautiful.
Okay, let's do it. Let's do it. Oh, siren. This is rose. This is one that's more rose gold than actual gold, but it's okay. And see, I even put this ring on to make it easier to do the jump rings. Am I using it? Nah. Nah. Good job, me. So if you haven't used one of these little jump ring things before, that's how they work.
That's fascinating.
But it is harder when you have them on something like this. But let's see. So you just slide it in the little slot and then you bend it back. And it's easier than having two pliers. Oh, I didn't want to put that right down the end. Oh, well, it's at the end. So that one is going there. That one is going there. Okay, the bead is going on this chain. So I need one more jump ring. I did only grab one. Then put this on here. This on here. It does work really slick though, I have to say.
Yeah.
One more there. I think that is cool. Does it need anything else?
I really like it.
I don't think it does. I might come back at some point and maybe put some thread on that just for fun. But we won't do that today. I think we're good. All right, let me do a quick tidy. Close this. P.S. When you have these trays of all these little things,
Okay.
close them tightly.
It sounds like there's a story.
Oh my
there.
gosh. I had this box actually that I had out. I had it set on top of something and didn't realize it was not latched all over the floor. And of course I was in a rush to get to farmer's market that day too. So I had to leave it on the floor.
Yep.
And message my partner to be like, hey, Byron, just so you know, I did a thing. It's all over the floor. I'm sorry. And he cleaned it up for me.
Oh,
He put it in a dustpan and he said, you can pick out the stuff. At least it was on the hard floor and not on my rug.
Yeah, that would have been.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so.
They look great.
Thank you. I can get you back in. Okay, so here we go, guys. Here is our finished prompt. What was it? 9, 10, 11. Prompt 11. Least favorite ephemera.
Right.
Die cuts. And then we also did a nod to least used, which was the ruffle. And then Bookbinders art. So we have needle, spool for thread, and of course book spines to kind of hint at that. So I'll do a little close-up thing here so you guys can see how everything looks. I think I'm really happy with this page. I had fantastic company with me today too. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was fun to make. It was fun to have company and somebody to talk to instead of just talking to the camera and out to the ethers. Though I know you guys appreciate my videos and everything too, but it is nice to actually have another human being to talk to while I'm working on stuff. So thanks, Jessica.
Oh,
glad you're here.
I had so much fun.
You're the best. And don't forget, like, share, subscribe, leave me a comment. I love reading them. And first and foremost, art with your heart. Thanks, guys.